The famous 2016 movie Me Before You is about a young lady, Louisa, taking care of a paralyzed man, Will, and how they eventually fall in love. Will was an active young man before he got into an accident which paralyzed the lower half of his body. Will wants to be euthanized in Switzerland because now he has to rely on other people in every moment of his life. Even now, paralysis due to brain or spine cord injury takes very long to recover, and many need lifelong assistance even after recovery. But what if Will had access to the newest AI technology that helps paralyzed people to move and feel again? Would he still have made the same decision? This new episode of TechBites is about double neural bypass, the newest AI technology that helped a paralyzed man move and feel again. I'm your host Sua, and let's get into it. Like Will, Keith Thomas was an active young man who enjoyed the outdoors. Keith went diving one day, lost consciousness after diving, and woke up the next day in a hospital, paralyzed from the chest down.
I think I was in pure shock. I didn't realize I was going to be able to. I didn't realize I was going to be able to walk for the rest of my life.
Researchers and surgeons from Northwell Health approached Thomas and suggested he join the double neural bypass project. Keith had two ports that connected his head to a computer that uses AI to conduct thought-driven therapy. Thought-driven therapy in the double neural bypass approach reads, interprets, and translates people's thought into action. The bypass works like this. Keith thinks about shaking someone's hand. The two brain implants in his head send electric signals to a computer. The AI interprets the brain signals and sends them to electrode patches on his spine and forearm. Then the muscle on his forearm moved to perform a handshake. During the handshake, sensors on his palm and fingertips will send sensory information back to the sensory region of his brain. The process of sending signals from the brain to hand and from hand back to the brain is called the double neural bypass. The stimulation promotes function and recovery, meaning that while the bypass helps Keith shake hands, the stimulation also helps him recover faster. Keith had to go through surgery for the two brain implants to connect to his brain. During his surgery, Keith had to be awake and tell the surgeons whether the implants were right on the correct sensory spot of the brain. Since the surgery, Keith has been able to feel his sister's hands touching his. He can also move his hands and arms just by thinking. After the therapy, he even regained feelings for parts of his hands without the machines.
When I feel the sense of touch, it's unreal, because I haven't felt that in 3 years now.
Surprisingly, there is more research on incorporating AI into brain-related tasks. Another study uses a non-invasive decoder that interprets the semantics of the brain's electronic signals. Since this study is non-invasive, it doesn't require any brain surgery or brain implants. Rather, it reads minds based on functional magnetic resonance imaging, or fMRI in short. Given novel brain recordings, the decoder generates word sequences just like ChatGPT does. The word sequences generated could be recovered from perceived speech, imagined speech, and even silent videos. The study was conducted using a dataset containing bold fMRI responses while participants were listening to 6 hours worth of complete natural narrative stories. With that, the researchers created a decoder that receives brain fMRI as inputs and text of what the brain was thinking as outputs, basically reading someone's mind with their brain fMRI. Until recently, neuroscience and AI were completely different areas of research. However, from allowing paralyzed people to move and feel, to reading people's minds with their MRIs, the potential that the newest state-of-the-art research presents is quite promising. I hope you enjoyed today's episode and are excited for the future of AI's mind reading. For more updates on the newest technologies in the brain and health, stay tuned on TechBites. This was your host Sua, and I'll see you in the next one.